In the wake of Scotland's first World Cup win in just the 36 years, a lot of focus has fallen on that 4-4-2, pros and cons. So as we move on to bigger challenges in the week ahead, will we see its like again? So the 4-4-2 has been extremely popular at this World Cup, and there are reasons for that. I mean, it's a traditional formation that people like because it covers pretty much every space on the pitch. You can play it nice and compact. If you are well drilled, it gives you a nice balance between defence and attack. If you talk to people senior in coaching, including people who've worked with or work with the Scotland senior team, they'll point out the obvious thing, which is 4-4-2 is great when you're up against a team who are equal to you or maybe slightly weaker. You need to have a little bit of physical, technical advantage in virtually every position to make it work. And even then, it can be exposed a little bit. So again, you would think Scotland should have expected to have advantages in most areas against Haiti. It didn't quite work out like that in the second half. The big issue everyone talks about is obviously that middle of the park. No matter how compact you play it, if you drag players in to help deal with a 3v2 in the middle, you leave space. And there was a problem when a striker was dropping in here and Hickey was getting dragged into this area. Then Haiti were getting a winger and a fullback up there, and Doak was left tracking all the way back. It's a great formation. People love it for a reason. It's endured for a reason, but there's a potential there that we may not see it again during this tournament. The easy alternative is some variation on a 4-5-1. So it's a 4-2-3-1 or even a 4-1-4-1 if you think you can get McGinn and McTominay in support of the striker. You could change your team in here. You could have Christie in there. You could have McLean in there. You could have McTominay played forward, McGinn in there. Bring Tyler Fletcher in. I would like to see Gannon Doak continue on, but not sure how hot Clark is on him after his performance, despite everything. The issue with this, and it's a big issue, is your striker can get very, very isolated. When that ball goes up there, you need support runners not only willing to get in there, but go beyond. It's where McTominay's at his best. Obviously, McGinn's shown an ability to do that. Christie's a great runner on the ball. He carries the ball. And Doak has pace. So, potentially, this could be an option. It just depends on how you line up, whether it's a 4-2-3-1, a 4-1-4-1. I don't think you want to get too bogged down into what exactly it looks like in specific areas of the game. Because let's face it, Morocco have the ball, Brazil have the ball. We're going to be sitting in this block. So a lot of people are suggesting that Scotland go to a back three for the next couple of games, just to give you that little bit of extra defensive security, whether that's Tierney or McKenna, if he's fit again, coming in there. Because you can go to a back five. And you effectively, you've got another body in the back line. It should be safer. You can play with a little bit of depth. You don't have to take as many risks. You have a still solid midfield three. And be realistically, probably one of the strikers is going to drop back to help out, make it a 5-4-1 at times. You have the same issues. You have people left isolated up top. There is, however, another way of doing it, which is you can put in another midfielder, and this is something that has been done, and it's a 3-4-2-1. I'm pretty sure Clark did this quite early in his time with Scotland, and it was very, very popular in elite level football for a while, the Champions League and top end of the big leagues, because I think in large part it gave you that midfield box, which temporarily, I think anyway, at least coaches went a bit mad for, because it gave you a lot of control on the ball. And a lot of control in the middle of the park. There are still a lot of coaches who don't agree with this. Sorry, they would argue that you can play around that box, you can play a diamond in there, it will beat it. But the argument is, if the opposition are coming out, they have to get past your striker, they have to get past the second line, past the third line, past the fourth line, and then, without the ball, it doesn't matter who goes where, you're still presenting a 5-4-1. So maybe that's an option. Those are just some of the options then, facing Steve Clark. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. keep tuning in later this week and we'll have a closer look at Morocco and see what we can come up with as potential suggestions.